All right, folks, Alistair McConaughey here. We are outside that building that some of you will recognise. It's the Scottish Parliament. And it's a beautiful day here in the great British city of Edinburgh. And I might say it's a very busy day as well. A little bit quieter down here at the Parliament, but it's still busy. And it's a beautiful day. And why are we down here? The reason I've come down here is to remind you all that we are having a rally, our Enough is Enough rally, which is going to be in this area right here in front of Holyrood. And that's going to be on Saturday, the 6th of September at 12 for a 12:30 start. So folks, please do come down here on Saturday, the 6th of September for our Enough is Enough rally. And basically we're going to be sending a message to the parliamentarians, and we're going to be sending a message to the NGOs, and especially to the millionaires and billionaires who fund the NGOs. And create what is essentially a mass invasion here into Scotland, which has really kicked into gear in the last 2 years. Now, we have a Scottish parliamentary election coming up on Thursday in May 2026. And it's very important that the politicians get the message that we have to start dealing with the huge levels of numbers that are coming in at the moment. And they're beginning to get the message because there's quite a bit that's been going on lately. A massive rally in Falkirk last weekend, and we're keeping it on the agenda by having our rally outside Holyrood on Saturday, the 6th of September, 12 for a 12:30 start. Please do tell your friends. As we say, we're going to be pointing the finger at the politicians, especially the politicians in the SNP, and especially the politicians in the Green, and many of the Labour politicians, and indeed virtually all the politicians in Holyrood behind me, who are not prepared to deal with this issue. They'll tell you, oh, it's a Westminster issue. But as we know, the politicians in Holyrood can talk about anything that they want if they really want to. And so we want to ensure that the immigration restrictionist message is heard loud and clear. And we're pointing the finger at the politicians, at the millionaire-funded NGOs and the so-called charities, which are also millionaire-funded or taxpayer-funded by you and I. And our job is to tell the politicians in Holyrood that you better start getting this under control. And there's lots of ways that they can get it under control. For example, John Swinney could simply tell Keir Starmer that Scotland's not going to be settling any more so-called asylum seekers. He could put the foot down. And if he did that, then Keir Starmer would have to get serious about stopping the boats, because Glasgow, for example, is one of the, if not the, well, certainly in Scotland, it's the biggest area of homeless refugees, okay? A direct consequence of the Scottish Parliament and the councils not properly addressing this issue. And so we're addressing this issue. We want to ensure that this is a conversation that's going to be heard and that's going to be normalised in Scotland. And that's exactly what we are doing with our Enough is Enough rally, which is going to be outside the Scottish Parliament on the 6th of September. Let me get into the light over here. There we go. 6th of September, folks, bring your flags. We're saying British Isles flags only. That means, obviously, saltires, flags of all the home nations, and Union Jacks, and any other banners, but British flags only. Okay, this is Scotland. It's not the Middle East. It's not Eastern Europe. We don't want to see any flags of the countries involved in those conflicts, because that's a complete distraction for our efforts, which is to get immigration into Scotland under proper control, and to make sure that the politicians in that building behind me take this very seriously, because we are not going to stand for the sheer numbers that have been coming in. The last estimation for 23-24 was 76,000 people. That was released by the National Records of Scotland last week. They revised upwards their estimation for the 22-23 year as 90,000 long-term immigrants coming in to settle in Scotland during that period. Now, that's just incredible numbers when you consider that Scotland's fifth largest town, Paisley, is 76,000. Okay, so, or 79,000 rather. So these figures have to get under control. We need to ensure that our politicians will get them under control. Now, one interesting thing about Saturday, the 6th of September, is that there's going to be an all under one banner rally down here at the same time. So there's going to be two rallies. There's going to be their rally calling presumably for Scottish separation, and there's going to be our rally calling for our political class to start to care about the immigration issue. And we're going to be inviting the people in AUOB to consider that this might actually be an important issue that they should finally start to grasp. Because what good will their so-called independent Scotland be if it is in fact turned into a completely different country, which could happen very quickly at the sheer levels of immigration that are now occurring into Scotland in particular? Because remember, Scotland is just a small population. It's around about 5 million people, 5.5 million people, at least 500,000 of whom are certainly fairly recent to these shores. And so Scotland's population can be very quickly changed. It can certainly be very quickly changed if there's figures like 76,000 people coming in each year, which is the figure from the National Records of Scotland for the 23-24 year. So folks, if this is an issue for you, please do come down to our rally, which is going to be here outside the Scottish Parliament on Saturday, the 6th of September, 12 for a 12:30 start. And make sure you bring your flags of the British Isles. Who's going to be with us? Who's going to be with us? Let's try and get sun. It's quite blinding, actually. It's lovely. It's lovely here. Let's go over here. Take a seat. Okay, folks, Saturday, the 6th of September, down here outside the Scottish Parliament, 12 for a 12:30 start. Our event is in cooperation with the We Say It podcast, which is a great friend of A Force for Good. We're asking you to bring your British Isles flags, keep your foreign flags for foreign conflicts. This is about Scotland, and it's about the huge levels of immigration into Scotland that we need to be addressing, and which our politicians need to be addressing. That's who we're pointing the finger at. It's the politicians who don't deal with this issue properly, and it's the millionaire-funded NGOs and also the taxpayer-funded NGOs which are making all of this happen. So it's going to be a good rally. There's going to be an alternative rally at the same time, which is the All Under One Banner Scottish separatist movement. But hey, the more the merrier, and we're looking forward to teaching them about the importance of caring about the future of Scotland in a serious way. Good stuff. Please share this video, folks. And for those of you who are interested, we've also written a book on this very subject as well, called Protect Our Country, which you can get by searching Amazon. And that will give you endless policies on how to keep our fantastic United Kingdom together and how to keep it safe, which is the essential matter at hand here. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. See you on Saturday, the 6th of September, outside Holyrood here, 12 for a 12:30 start. Bring your flags of the British Isles and let's tell the politicians who runs this country. It's the Scots, we're glad to say. Goodbye.